In 30 minutes, broadcasting's finest duo will hit the airwaves. And prepare for the incomparable Opie and Anthony Show. Only a show this big could have a pre-show this good. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony pre-show with Sam Roberts.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Welcome and good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony pre-show, that is. 866-WOW1WOW is the phone number to call. 866-969-1969. You're up this early. You might as well join a radio show, right? Call up. Talk about some of the stuff that's going down today, some of the stuff that's going down, or that went down yesterday. It's what we do every day here on the Opie and Anthony pre-show, as we count down the minutes, not the days, not the hours, not the months, not the years, but the minutes until another fabulous Opie and Anthony show begins. Big guests today. Some news stories we got to go through. There's a video clip that we got to talk about. A lot to get to in terms of what we're going to do on today's show. But there's also a lot to review from yesterday's show. And that's what we have to remember to do, is to learn from our past. You know what I mean? We need to put the lessons that we're going to learn today in the context of history. That's why it's important that we pre-cap. Now, yesterday the guys, they hit on a lot of stuff, but one thing they were hitting on was how important it is to reinvent yourself. And I thought it was very interesting. Let's start with that clip. Let's start with track 8.
What were the big songs that came out after the original lineup?
Heaven's on Fire, Lick It Up was huge.
That was a massive
Lick
song.
It Up. Yeah.
What others, though?
Lick It Up. There was some other ones. I mean, I can't. There definitely were.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Let me think. I'll just look it up.
That was the no makeup days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some good stuff. I mean, I much prefer the makeup because, and also like when people with the radio show will say, well, you know, your show is not, but it's like, yeah, maybe you changed a little bit too.
Yeah.
So the show represents something to the way you felt about yourself back then. And that's how I loved it. I was a kid, and that's what that means to me.
Well, the weird part is we have way more listeners now than we ever had, but our prime was probably, you know, NEW through first couple years of XM. I mean, I love what we're doing now, but this is a drastically different show, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to be doing a completely different show than this, but our hands are fucking tied, I'm telling you.
Hands are tied.
At least we've been able to kind of, you know, adjust and reinvent ourselves a little bit, but the prime was, man, all that beer and shots and girls and nudity, and just every day we didn't know what the hell we were going to do next. Now we have to just talk and hopefully be clever, funny, and thought-provoking.
There's no doubt that they'll be clever and funny. I don't know how much I agree with that, with their prime being past them, the Opie and Anthony show, that is, but I definitely agree with the fact that they've had to reinvent themselves as the medium has become reinvented, and as people's expectations about what they're going to hear changes. You know, the general populace, whether it's truly representative or not, I mean, when Opie and Anthony were doing shots and having girls up here and all that stuff, people were not getting fired for the things that they said. You couldn't, there was no, it was a pre-Imus world. It was a pre-Janet Jackson world. And whether or not that's what people actually want, the police, the thought police, have kind of taken over in terms of firing people for what they think and what they say and all that stuff. So the Opie and Anthony show has done a great job of reinventing themselves and creating a show that can exist in 2014. And when I say exist, I mean thrive, okay? Thrive. Now, it is important to reinvent yourself. We learned yesterday how important it is to reinvent yourself. When we listened to some early Opie and Anthony, Real Rock TV was posted on YouTube, on Opie Radio's YouTube channel, and just listen to this clip.
Which one is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's track 5.
There was no fun at all.
You'll be okay.
I'm not getting sunburned.
No, you got a tan, brother, man.
Jimmy, what?
Oh, my face is ticklish.
Why? Because you have the giggles?
Well, that's not why at all, actually.
I was just trying to, be cool. So we were working at a very young station, so I figured if I had a little lingo to me,
brother man,
people would think I'm younger than I was.
Brother man.
It kind of rhymes. It kind of flows off the tongue nicely.
It does rhyme.
Go uptown, say that to people. Got a tan, brother man.
You see? They were once the show that would say things like, "You got a tan, brother man." You want to talk about reinventing yourself for the better. Let's not downplay how much a better position Opie and Anthony are in than they were then. If E-Rock's listening and he'd like to screen calls, it'd be a huge help. But until then, we'll just go to 540. What's up?
Hey, this is Todd from Burlington, best friends with the superfan Eric.
How lucky you.
Sam?
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I was speaking of evolution. You know, the evolution of the superfan to Sam and the show has been tremendous. But I'd also like to bring up the evolution of Opie's voice and how it's transitioned from some sort of girly thing to this deep, slow thing nowadays.
Well, I think now he's more using his real voice. I think back in the days, like what we were listening to in WAAF with Real Rock TV, I think there was always this effort to kind of pump up whatever he was doing and try to make it bigger than it actually was. Whereas now, it's a very truthful show, and I think that now he's just talking the way he talks.
And I think the other real thing is that superfan Eric. He is the greatest fan of Opie and Anthony. And I think we need to give him more praise.
If you say so. Thank you, buddy.
Make a hoagie.
All right. He'll make a hoagie. I'm sure that he'll get to it. That wasn't the only clip. And by the way, very good news for everybody. If you thought we were done with Real Rock TV, not yet by a long shot. Because last night on the Opie Radio YouTube channel, yes, Opie brought the world even more Real Rock TV. There will be another installment of Douche Chill Theater with Real Rock TV later on today's Opie and Anthony show. If that's not enough to keep you hooked, I don't know what is. But let's hear a little more of yesterday's Real Rock TV clip and the reaction to their Real Rock TV was a show that Opie and Anthony did when they were in Boston and early in their radio careers. And I think Opie said it best that even though they were doing this like douche chill inducing stuff, it wasn't, they had all the confidence in the world. They knew that they were going to be the biggest thing in radio, which is crazy from where they were coming from, but they were right. I mean, they were right. So I guess sometimes you just need to have the right confidence. So this was the TV show that they were doing when they were in Boston. And in the clip, they were bullying an Elmo doll. Here's their reactions to Elmo going through a wood chipper.
Opie is squatting and pointing like really like, oh my God. And Anthony is kind of looking down into his arm.
Like,
the way
no.
Sergeant Barnes laughed when O'Neill made the Jewish crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pointing at the puppet. Like, look at that dumb puppet.
Yeah, he's destroyed.
Let's see. Let me see the face again.
Oh, we saw it already.
I didn't see the faces. I like the celebratory mugging. Elmo's on the ground, and then the...
No. That was not funny.
I don't know why. Like there's a celebration, but then there's the moment where Opie, you look away, and then you look back like,
Jerry loves these.
and more than I love anything.
I know.
Did you pump it up a little bit?
Yeah, but I was doing a whole bunch of things and then assuming that the editor would maybe help us out a little bit in post.
I'm sure he did.
It probably was worse.
The one good thing about Real Rock TV was that it led to one of my favorite things. Dave Douglas stories. There's something about the fact that they will not leave their old bosses alone that just gives me the giggles. It just tickles me. You know, these guys, you remember the Radio Wizard? He went through hell working with Opie and Anthony. These guys finally get out. They're not working with Opie and Anthony anymore. And O&A will not leave them alone. It's hilarious. Anybody who's ever had a boss that they had to deal with knows how funny this is. They're just following. Opie and Anthony just follow them, and especially with Dave Douglas, who's the quintessential, guys, I thought we agreed on this. And Opie and Anthony give him the, oh, that's what you meant. Okay, it won't happen again. The whole relationship just, I think, is hilarious. But they got into a Dave Douglas, because we were talking about WAAF when they were recording all these Real Rock TV shows, and they got into Dave Douglas and April Fool's Day pranks, because if you remember, of course, they were kicked off the radio in Boston, WAAF, for their April Fool's Day pranks. So we got into another Dave Douglas story yesterday.
Sam, you might want to listen to this. You love Dave Douglas stories.
Dave.
We started the mayor's prank. It's going really well.
Yeah.
And then Dave, in a panic, comes running in. It's like, you go on the air and tell him this is an April Fool's joke. And me and Anthony look at each other like, yeah, all right, man. Yeah, but we got a few songs to play.
Eventually.
Don't you worry about it. And he goes, okay, you're going to do it, right? I'm like, yeah.
He believed you?
Yes. Another
Because you guys were buddies?
Another half hour goes by, and we really hammer the bit home by having a fake news report from one of my old buddies that I don't think I've ever named on the show because I protected his fucking career. And then he comes running in again. I thought, Dave, we're going to do it. We got this. Relax. And then right to sign off, it was time. And I think he was at the door.
Yeah, he was very angry.
And at sign off, we're like, well, keep listening to the station because to see what the latest is on this. And we never
You just lied to him.
Let it hang there, yeah.
all the cold stares we got.
You believe that dummy tried to run in and would have saved your jobs?
I know,
What
right?
an idiot.
That asshole.
Oh, no, it's the best thing we ever did.
Thank God.
We needed out of there
Hindsight.
to become big radio stars.
Oh, yeah.
What did he say at the end of the show?
I wish I completely remembered. I know we got a good talking to.
Oh, yeah.
Guys.
But then it ended up pretty much our last show. We were allowed to come back the next day before it got real ugly.
Then it just was real
We always
bad.
get to do that, the show after the bad show.
Because when they're not sure what's going on yet.
And then everyone got pissed at us that we kind of blew up our spot and left.
Yeah.
So we had a good thing going up there with the radio station.
Whatevs. That's what I say. Whatevs.
Fuck yeah.
Just that whole attitude of, God damn it, guys, we talked about this. Just makes me laugh every time. There's no funnier thing you could do to a boss than just lie to his face and then act like you're an idiot. Oh, I didn't know. Sorry. It's just so disrespectful. And that's the type of thing that makes me laugh every single time. Here on the Opie and Anthony pre-show. 866-WOW1-WOW is the phone number. 866-969-1969. And speak of the devil, we go to Superfan Eric.
Hey, Samuel Roberts, President Broadcaster. How are you today, buddy?
I'm great. What are you up to?
Sam, I'm a little disappointed. My Flyers lost last night to stinking New York Rangers, so I'm not on 10 like I usually am. But the Superfan's still here. I'm still pulling for you. I still love the pre-show. I still love my boys O&A. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of you, Sam. You. I'm a big fan of you. Eric, he's a piece of garbage. He wasn't all fired up as I thought. I like Sally answer the phones better. Just my opinion now. But that's me. I'm the super fan. I'm going into work. I'm going to make my Hokies. I'm going to get my adrenaline pumped back up a little bit, but I'm still just a little down for my Fly Boys last night.
Love it, Superfan Eric. I'm going to tell you what. We're going to put on a great show today so we can keep you hyped.
I appreciate it. Because I'm going to get fired up, Sam. It's Thursday. 24 hours till the next Opie and Anthony show. The next time I talk to you will be 24 hours from right now.
Thirsty Thursdays, baby. I'll talk to you later. How do you not get fired up when you're Superfan Eric? Good Lord. John in Maryland.
Sam Roberts.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
And I could hear that. I could hear something in John's voice. I don't want everybody to feel pressure when they hear Superfan Eric. Everybody doesn't need to be. John, you don't need to be as fired up as Superfan Eric. He is a unique case, so don't let that pressure you.
Oh, it's way too early anyway.
Yeah.
They were talking yesterday about doing some Todd show today. You know, if they're going to follow through?
Well, I have a feeling that there will be some Todd show soon. If we don't do Todd show today, we'll have to do it tomorrow. Because Opie and Anthony have been making fun of themselves with the Real Rock TV clips. And even though they're good like that, in the sense that they will make fun of other people and make fun of themselves, they won't make fun of themselves for too long. They're going to need another target. We had a very adventurous young man in the studio yesterday. A man who is going to climb to the top of Mount Everest, put on a wingsuit, and jump off. His name is Joby Ogwin. That's how you pronounce his name, right? Mm-hmm. And he came on to talk about he's going to climb up the mountain. They can't even give a date to exactly when the show is going to take place yet because they don't know how many days it's going to take to climb that mountain. But they are going to do it live. He talked about some of the strange things that he's seen climbing mountains. Sal did not believe this. He was a little, and I think there were a lot of people that were unsure about this, but I'm going to tell you something. I've never climbed a mountain. I have no point of reference. Let's hear something that Joby saw while climbing mountains.
Yeah. It's a minimum hour and a half to go 300 feet at that height.
Climbing without oxygen all alone, yeah. It's
hour and a
slow
half?
going.
Why do you just get completely out of breath really quickly, or
You're just like, you're kind of in slow motion. You start to hallucinate a little bit. You kind of seeing things. I was watching little gremlins crawling around that obviously weren't there.
Whoa.
You know, so your mind's playing tricks on you a little bit. Yeah, maybe they were. I've seen a Yeti too. So.
Yeah, the Yeti. Or his North American
did you really
cousin,
see a
the
Yeti or just-
Sasquatch.
No, I've seen
wait?
one.
He said he saw a
Yeah, you
Yeti.
did
I thought you were
see a
just
Yeti.
joking about that shit.
Everybody always thinks I am, but it's totally true. 2004 in Tibet, I was climbing the 6th highest mountain in the world. It was a full moon. Walked right out of my tent. There he was.
Come on.
A Yeti.
And what'd you say?
I say a Yeti because I think he's not the Yeti, because there must be more than one, but it looked like a little bear. And then...
So why wasn't it just a little bear?
Left. Well, the reason I realized it wasn't a bear is because it sat there for about 10 seconds. And then
drove away.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like... but when it left, it took one big leap, and it jumped over a mountain of rocks that must have been 300 feet high. So it just, like, disappeared.
Whoa.
Sure it didn't fly?
It looked like it was flying. I was standing there with 10 other people, though, so it wasn't like
What do you
was
mean it jumped?
crazy.
It didn't jump 300 feet.
It looked like it took 2 steps and went up and out of there. It was
And
a
they
big
all
hill of
saw it.
rocks. Everybody with me saw it. Even the Sherpa cook boy just said, "Don't go up there." That was his exact words.
So they all believe in the Yeti, the Sherpas and stuff.
Oh yeah,
That scares me. That there's a man beast that can jump over giant piles of rocks. We were talking about it on the post show yesterday. It didn't scare Sal because he thought that guy was wrong. But I'm telling you, we were talking about maybe, you know, in the thin oxygen, are people hallucinating or whatever, but not everybody can have the same hallucination. It doesn't make sense. I believe he saw a Yeti, and that scares me. We were talking more. It also, I mean, the whole thing scares me. First of all, just climbing a mountain scares me because I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't make it up. Any mountain. And then you look at how they camp. We were looking at photos, and they literally, like, it's like nailing a tent to the wall and just letting it hang there. It's amazing. Then he puts on a wingsuit and he jumps off the mountain. Let's listen to the clip of him talking about how the wingsuit really works and how to regain control. Because if you watch videos, he's flying super close to, like, rock formations and buildings if they're near buildings. And it's amazing the amount of control they can figure out in these suits. Let's go to track 13.
Have you done a lot of wing suit jumps?
I've done a lot. Well over 1,000 now.
They look scary, man.
It is. It can be.
Are you in some of those videos where they come flying over your head?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You've done all
really
that.
Close to that stuff. Yeah, terrain flying.
How do you
flying over the
control
people.
that? Because some of those guys are. It looks like they're barely 20 feet off the ground when they're going flying over their body, their buddy's head or something.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a lot closer than that. I've seen guys and been within inches of stuff, rock formations and stuff like that. But the suit, people don't realize how in control you actually are. I mean, you're like Superman in the suit.
Amazing.
You think, I want to go over there, and you go. Now, you can't just put the suit on and start doing that. It takes years of training and jumping out of aircraft and figuring it all out. And it took me a long time. And I'm pretty on it kind of guy. And it still took me years. And I still learn stuff every time I jump now. So it's a long process if you want to do it safely.
I'm glad that you followed up talking about how much control you have in the suit, because I'm pretty sure if I jumped off a mountain in a wingsuit, my legs and arms would be flailing as I panicked, thinking to myself, I'm jumping off a mountain! I'm falling off a mountain! I'm falling! And I don't think I'd have much control at all. I don't think when the panic sets in, those wingsuits work quite as well. And it boggles my mind, because I don't even get how you could practice it. Like, what do you have to start jumping off little mountains? I wouldn't jump off a little mountain and be like, I gotta learn how to use this suit. Let's go to Snowy in Michigan. What's up, Snowy?
Samuel, how are you doing this morning?
Good.
First, too bad about Superfan Eric's flyers. That's too bad.
Yeah, I want to keep him fired up. It is too bad.
Yeah, but I don't know if I believe in the Yeti story or not, and Sal being who he is, this counts the whole story, because maybe he's hallucinating, the oxygen. The people who live up there, the Sherpas, they're used to the oxygen, and they're not lower oxygen content. So they're not hallucinating. So if they believe it, and there's other witnesses with the guy, I don't know if I want to completely discount the guy's story just because,
I mean, I'm with you, and that's what I was saying. It's like, as crazy as it sounds, none of us have ever been to the top of a mountain.
Yeah, and those people who live up there, they believe in them, and they're not hallucinating because they're used to the oxygen.
That's like That's like, we don't know what's at the bottom of the ocean, and we don't know what's at the top of mountains. That's where monsters and magic lives.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Thank you, Snowy.
Have a good day.
The other thing that Joby got into, I have a terrible diet. And I bet this gave E-Rock a sense of security, too. Because it gave me a sense of security. They were talking about what he eats for energy, and he's an athlete. You know, if you climb a mountain and you jump off in a wingsuit, then you're an athlete, right? And so this athlete was talking about what he eats for energy, and it made me think, yeah, that's what I eat for energy, too. Let's go to the track. 14. There you go. Oh,
Yeah, I was just curious about the diet that you guys go through.
what's going on over there?
Where'd you turn it off?
Oh, I thought he was.
No.
No.
Yeah, I was just curious about
Okay, there we go.
the diet that you guys go through as like super athletes, since you're climbing up a lot. And a buddy of mine and I, we were discussing whether or not you eat fast food. And I just want to know how you felt about like Wendy's.
I actually like Wendy's. No, I live in Southern California, so it's pretty easy to eat healthy, but there has to be a balance because on expeditions, especially, you're not always able to get your wheatgrass and stuff like that. So you got to be kind of flexible with that.
Yeah, well, you're probably not going to like Wendy's nuts to slapping off your chin. I'm punching that.
What do you need? What do you look to eat if you're looking for the energy you need to climb up a mountain like that?
I'll have pretzels.
Not you.
Jimmy.
That's a good question. The answer usually disappoints people, but Snickers bars and Coca-Cola.
Really?
That stuff actually works, huh?
It does. Coca-Cola is great. I mean, that's the original energy drink. And
But how long does it last you when you take a Snickers and a Coke? How much will that give you before you crash, a sugar crash?
Well, the thing about like high altitude climbing is that your body starts shutting down a little bit anyway, so you start to lose your appetite. Your body's trying to survive. It won't your digestion and all that everything changes, so you're not as hungry. It doesn't take it much.
That answer didn't disappoint me at all. Made me go home and be like, I'd like to have an energy drink in case I do anything athletic, and you just pop open a Coca-Cola, eat a candy bar. Well, no, Joby does it, and he's in great shape. I think it should be fine. Let's go to Sean. Sean in Ohio.
Morning, Sam.
What's up, buddy?
Got a couple of things. If there was 10 people on that mountain and the Yeti just jumped over 300 feet, why did they not take a picture of the footprint or something that no one has ever seen before? And the second thing is, I know you're a huge wrestling fan, and Roddy Piper was on Good Times with Steve Simone, and he actually admitted that he wanted to kill Mr. T.
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about that, but I will say that, yeah, that is where the story gets weird, the lack of evidence. But, I mean, you're on top of a mountain. It's not like everybody's just Instagramming, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But at least, I mean, if they're going to Mount Everest, they had to have some type of cameras or something.
I don't know. I don't know what mountain it was. This was before the Mount Everest climb, because the Mount Everest climb hasn't happened yet. I don't remember what mountain it was. But, look. If it wasn't a Yeti, I want to know what's jumping over 300-foot piles of rocks, because it was amazing. Louis in Massachusetts. Louis. Nothing?
How you doing, Sam? Yeah.
All right, I'm hanging up on you. You got to be quick here. I mean, you can't go from fired up superfan Eric to that slow. It's ridiculous. I will say this. Big show today. Mindy Kaling in studio. Yes, from the Mindy Project, from The Office, one of the women of the moment right now. One of the it girls, if you will. Mindy Kaling is going to be in studio, and the big-time return of sports radio superstar, Mr. Jay Moore. Jay Moore and Mindy Kaling both in studio today on the Opie and Anthony Show. I don't know if Jay Moore has ever had a bad show with us, so I'm absolutely looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what happens. Tom on Long Island.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I don't know if you caught it or not, but that last phone call you just played, when the guy asked about Wendy's, when the guy started answering, the guy goes, yeah, I just want to know about Wendy's nuts go across your chin. I don't know if you caught that or not, but it's fucking hilarious, man. Play that shit back.
I did not catch it, but I was so happy that D's nuts came to the Opie and Anthony show yesterday. Opie and Anthony were like, I think they were not exactly feeling it. They were like, I don't know what you're talking about right now. But I thought it was important. So let's play the track from yesterday of D's Nuts becoming a thing on the Opie and Anthony show.
Well, it's good to see you alive. Yes. I don't know. Maybe this guy was on something. Maybe D hit him. Who knows?
He was calling you the suspect in the courtroom.
You see? I don't know. Like I said, D hit him, so it wasn't me. Maybe.
What's D?
D's nuts. This guy's crazy.
D what?
Huh? D's nuts. Barbie?
The key here is you cannot try the same issue in a different court. You get one bite of the apple. That will do it for this
and that's
case.
Harvey. So
the next case on the way into the
filmed
courtroom.
years ago, right? Harvey he doesn't still do
he still
that
does
show.
it.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he films like 100 episodes in one shot. But,
right. Oh, but he's still doing it.
Oh, he got
Harvey.
him. He got him so bad.
Yeah, D's nuts. That's always a classic.
He's nuts.
I don't understand the D's nuts.
Oh, my friend D's will clear it up for you.
Who?
D's nuts.
Got me good.
Sam and I love D's nuts.
Yeah, I know you do.
Do them all day.
I got one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Fucking, I have some A's, some B's, some C's, and some D's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these fucking peckers.
What? Yeah, Chip didn't really quite get it. I also enjoyed that throughout the rest of the show, if you were listening, Chip kept falling for it. And I'm sure he will continue to fall for it today on the Opie and Anthony show. Let's go to Steve the therapist in Connecticut. What's up, Steve?
Hey, good morning, Sam. How are you?
Good morning.
I've been not listening to you guys for like the last 6 weeks.
You should.
Out of work and
awesome.
And just had a new baby. So
you missed Lady Di week.
Yeah, no, I actually heard some of that on the replay.
There you go.
I should say I haven't been listening live. Anyway, are you guys bringing back the Jimmy Counseling Advice Show?
I don't know. I mean, it's not my call for sure, but I mean, I keep hearing that there is work to bring back Jim's show in some way, shape, or form, but nothing's happened yet. I don't know.
Okay, well, you need to kick some ass over there.
I do.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here. Thank you, Steve. Andrew in Jersey.
Hey, Sam, I think the reason Joby is in such good shape is he's probably burning about 10,000 calories a day climbing mountains and that stuff. He could put anything into his body and still be in great shape.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I always try to forget about. That the people who eat junk food also work out like fiends. So like he said, he's burning 10,000 calories a day. It doesn't matter. You can enjoy delicious junk food. You're going to burn it all anyway. For me, I'm like, I'll just do the junk food. And then, I wonder what's on WWE Network today. I'll sit here for the next 9 hours and burn none of it. And still feel like, no, it's okay because Joby does it. You got to lie to yourself sometimes. You just have to lie. Real quick, while we still have a chance, we went over dumb chickens yesterday. I love, as we all do, when Jim gets into an animal rant. And he did yesterday, once again, over chickens. Let's take a listen to track 9.
What makes chicken eggs like the ones we decided? Like, those are the ones we want.
That's the shit.
They're easiest to kill, too.
Are they? Yeah,
they're
it's
so
just dumb chickens.
Just running in a circle.
I guess they were easier to keep and not domesticate, but keep on a farm.
Yeah.
Chickens, if you got a bunch of emus running around, they're too big.
Who wants that?
You got to feed them too much to keep them alive. It's probably not worth the feed for the egg that you get out of it. Chickens must be more economical, that you get more out of them than you put into them.
Plus, the way they a lot of times get these birds is they'll put an ad, like on Backpage, birds needed for modeling shoot, and chickens fall for it.
Do they always fall for it?
Always.
Those dumb chickens.
Yes.
What do they think they're modeling?
I don't know, but they want to be stars. Chickens are really hams, as ironic as that sounds.
Which is very ironic, yes.
Who knew that chickens had such a strong desire for the spotlight? That's why animal activist Jim Norton is on the Opie and Anthony show each and every day. Well, as we were going over, a huge Opie and Anthony show to get to this morning. Jay Moore is going to be in studio at any moment. We don't have a confirmed call time for him. So he could be here at any moment, and he'll hang out for the whole show. And later on, Mindy Kaling in studio for the first time on the Opie and Anthony show. Very anxious to hear that. She's hilarious, and her show, The Mindy Project, makes me laugh a lot. So I think she'll be really good. Stay tuned for all that, plus more Real Rock TV. Hopefully, they'll hold off on doing the Real Rock TV until Jay Moore gets here. Because there's nothing better than when another brutal comedian is in studio and just gets to trash him. Just gets to trash O&A for their history. It's what makes the Opie and Anthony show different. That, amongst other things. A lot to get to today, so stay tuned for it. You're not even going to have to wait very long. You want to know why? Because the Opie and Anthony show starts right now.